Emmanuel Lila. It is January 18th, 2024, one day later from my last message. I think I'm giving you guys a lot of messages because I don't have internet in my house. So I can't do any research or studies that I like to do in the evening, and just kind of sitting around bored. So two things happen. They're widening the road in front of the house, and they because there's some telephone poles in the way or power lines in the way where the road is going. They had to move them, and in the process of they had to replace them. They put another one farther off the road, and then they transferred the wires over to the new one. And in the process, because I'm on the opposite side of the road, they had to cut my internet, which hovers over the road, because in Mexico that's how they do it. And so they had to cut that. So I'm personally out of internet. And then I go to the internet place today, Telmex, to tell them I'm out of internet. And they say the whole city's out of internet. The neighboring cities out of internet. Other cities up the road are out of internet. Like 4 or 5 cities are out of the internet because the construction workers somewhere along this road in front of my house with the excavator broke a line, a fiber optic line. So it's compound. There's two problems. The internet is down everywhere, and I don't have internet running to my house. So two things I have to get fixed for me to have internet. So these videos I'm taking right now are not going to be posted until, I don't know, hopefully by tomorrow. Because Caleb and Preston have a wrestling match tomorrow night. And I like to get on Track Wrestling and follow them. And track and see how they're doing. I refresh the screen every hour. And I see like they won another match. They won another match. I love keeping up with it. It's like the highlight of my life. And but I wanted to also get on here and try to keep it short because you guys are going to have a lot of videos to watch someday. I was thinking more. I had a real sad day today. So my job I had in Houston, which was a really good job, fell through because I don't have a car. I don't have Social Security card. I don't have birth certificate. And the guy kind of found out. He knew I was struggling. And he said, I just can't deal with this. Like, you got to have your stuff together when you come work for me. And I get it. I think it's his loss because he's small time. And I've been in big time situations with big time companies. Like it's like this. I've played in the major leagues when it comes to my industry, right? And the things I know and understand about sales and what needs to be done to generate. So this guy says he wants to sell 50 projects a year. I used to sell 50 projects, more than 50 projects a year all by myself, and he already has the salesman. So what does that tell me? It tells me his salesman doesn't know how to sell. Him and his salesman are kind of like tripping their way around trying to figure this thing out. Well, yeah, if you brought me on, I could teach you all these things. Like right away, the first thing I'd want to do is see your sales manual. Show me your sales manual. Okay. You got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do that. Maybe you got to take this out. I could help them with that immediately. Have you ever thought about doing this? Have you thought about having an app? Have you thought about maybe give me a second here. Intricate? I can't think of the word right now. Anyways, have you thought about, I'll keep it real simple, adding this technique to your construction process, right? And doing that, nobody else in the world does that. It'll be special to you. You can even trademark it, and you can be like special, right? So I've got like all these great things that I've seen. I've worked for some of the best, biggest companies in the United States, and this is like so if I've been in the majors, this is like a single A team, right? So I'm like a coach that's been in the majors. I'm coming down to the single A to show this guy some stuff. But he didn't want to hire me, which is his loss, in my opinion, because the more I got to thinking about it, if he wants to keep his projects at 50 and below, like, he doesn't even need the other salesman. I can do it all. And the fact that he has to have two salesmen to have 50 projects in a year doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. I've worked around some of the best salesmen in the industry, and we all sold way over 50 in a year. So one guy sold consistently 18 in a month, right? So I lost that. So I can't just like go back now and have a job like I had planned. I was all excited because I had this guarantee. All I had to do is get back. But when I couldn't get my birth certificate, my social security, not being able to get also the title hurt because I could have taken the truck back to the States to sell it there. And then I had a truck at least for a little bit until I sold it. But so now I just got to do things totally different. Now I'm going to sell my truck here, get less money for it. When that's done, then I'm going to go to the States. And another problem is I got to get dollars for it so I can put it in my bank. And then I have money when I get back to the States. And then I have to get an address, and I have to get a driver's license, and I have to get a car. Of course, I'll look for a job. I probably have to get established, and I won't even be able to get back to see you until like wintertime when things slow down here. So I had everything set and planned, but it just didn't work. I really needed some help from my dad just to kind of nudge mom to help me, but like nobody wants to help me, right? And my dad said the other day, well, she's afraid you're going to take your children to Mexico. I'm like, Dad, they're my children. I can do what I want with my children. I can take my children to Mexico. That's not an excuse to steal somebody's children and keep them from him, right? You don't get to do that. You don't get to say, well, you were going to do this, so I stole them from you. No, they're my children. I can do what I please. I can take them. We can move to another location if I choose. It's my family and they're my children. It's not like it's a crime or a sin. He's trying to make it out to be like this horrible thing. Now, with that said, Lila, Emmanuel, that isn't anything I had even occurred to me, taking you guys back to Mexico. No. I'm happy with your mom having her life where she is. I'm totally happy with that. All I want is you guys in my life. That's it. I want to be able to talk to you on the phone. I want to be able to come visit you. I want you, if I have a place in the States, when I'm in the States, I want you to stay with me on the weekends or maybe even summer break or whatever it is. You know, I just want you guys in my life. I'm not trying to destroy anybody's life or turn it upside down. You know, but when nobody will talk to me, nobody will communicate, I can't do anything. So, but I was thinking on today, I had a sad day, and I was just thinking more and more. I know I tell you this all the time, but it's so cruel. It's so cruel. It's like the cruelest thing in the world for your own father to team up with your wife to keep your children from you. It's so cruel, so cruel, so cruel. I can't imagine this. I never in a million gazillion years thought this could happen. It's like an impossibility. The Bible says in the latter days, the love, because sin will abound, the love of many will wax cold. And that's what we're at. Sin's abounding. I see your mom on Facebook, Instagram. She's dressed she used to dress proper. She used to have her head covering and wear long skirts. She doesn't dress proper anymore. She dresses like she's going out to nightclubs and taking selfies of herself on Facebook, and that's who my dad's teamed up with. Like they're a team. Like I don't know. I gotta stop complaining to you, baby girl, baby boy. That's not what you want to hear. All right, guys, I love you, but that's my plan. Stay here for now. Sell my truck. I park it out front every day, even when I go to work. And I'll start bringing the number down little by little until I get somebody interested and make me an offer. Then I'll sell it when I get that chunk of money in my bank account. then I can go. Then I can make the trip, cross the border, and try to get a job somewhere. So I'm pretty sure I can get a job if it happens fairly quick. If it doesn't happen like until wintertime, then I got a problem because my industry is not real busy in the wintertime. All right, love you guys. Bye bye.